welcome to my channel, and today we're diving into one of the most unbelievable stories in football history. A story that began not in a stadium, not in a boardroom, but on something as simple as a napkin. Yes, a napkin. This is the story of how Lionel Messi, arguably the greatest footballer of all time, signed his first agreement with FC Barcelona on a piece of paper you'd normally throw away. To understand the importance of this moment, we need to go back to the year 2000. Messi was just a 13-year-old boy from Rosario, Argentina. He had extraordinary talent, but there was a major obstacle standing in his way: a growth hormone deficiency. This condition required expensive treatment, something his family struggled to afford. At the time, Messi was playing for Newell's Old Boys, and while his talent was obvious to anyone who watched him, no major Argentine club was willing to commit to paying for his medical treatment. His future in football was uncertain. That's when an opportunity emerged from Europe. Messi's father, Jorge Messi, managed to arrange a trial with FC Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in the world. It was a bold move, traveling across the ocean with hope, but no guarantees. When Messi arrived in Barcelona, he immediately caught attention. Coaches and scouts were stunned by his ability. Despite being small and physically underdeveloped compared to other kids, his technique, vision, and control were on a completely different level. One of the key figures in this story is Carlos Rexach, Barcelona's sporting director at the time. He was instantly convinced that Messi was something special. But there was a problem: bureaucracy. Barcelona's board was hesitant. They weren't sure about committing resources to such a young player, especially one who required costly medical treatment. Weeks passed, and Messi's family grew anxious. They had taken a huge risk coming to Spain, and time was running out. Then came the moment that would change football history forever. Frustrated with the delay, and fearing that Messi might slip away, Rexach decided to take matters into his own hands. In a meeting with Messi's father at a restaurant, he made a bold decision. With no official contract paper available, Rexach grabbed a napkin and wrote a simple agreement by hand. It stated that FC Barcelona agreed to sign Lionel Messi, provided certain conditions were met. That napkin, signed in December 2000, became one of the most famous contracts in sports history. It wasn't legally formal in the traditional sense, but it represented something far more powerful: belief. Rexach believed in Messi when others hesitated. That belief changed everything. Shortly after, Barcelona formalized the agreement, and Messi officially joined the club's famed La Masia Academy. The club also agreed to cover his medical treatment, giving him the chance not only to survive, but to thrive. And thrive he did. From that moment on, Messi's journey became the stuff of legend, rising through the youth ranks. He quickly proved that Barcelona had made the right decision. His growth hormone treatment worked, and he developed into a stronger, faster, and more complete player. By the age of 17, Messi made his first team debut for Barcelona. And from there, the rest is history. He went on to win multiple Ballon d'Or awards, break countless records, and become the all-time top scorer for the club. He led Barcelona to numerous La Liga titles and UEFA Champions League victories, establishing an era of dominance rarely seen in football. But think about it. None of this might have happened if not for that napkin. It's incredible how such a small moment can have such a massive impact. A simple act of trust, written on a fragile piece of paper, ended up shaping the future of global football. The napkin contract has since become symbolic. It represents risk, vision, and the importance of believing in talent, even when it doesn't fit the traditional mold. In a world where football is now dominated by billion-dollar deals, complex negotiations, and corporate decisions, this story feels almost magical. It reminds us of a time when instinct and passion could still shape the game. Interestingly, the napkin itself has been preserved over the years and is considered one of the most valuable pieces of football memorabilia. Not because of the material it's made from, but because of what it represents. It represents the beginning of greatness. It represents a turning point not just for Messi, but for Barcelona and football as a whole. Imagine if Rexach had waited. Imagine if Barcelona had said no. Imagine if Messi had returned to Argentina without a contract. Football history would look completely different today. No iconic dribbles through defenders. No magical nights at Camp Nou. No era of dominance that defined a generation. All of that gone. That's how powerful that moment was. And beyond the trophies and records, Messi's story is also a deeply human one. It's about a young boy chasing a dream, a family taking a risk, and a mentor who chose to believe. It's about courage. It's about opportunity. And it's about the idea that greatness can come from the most unexpected places, even a napkin. Today, Messi is not just a footballer. He is a global icon, a symbol of excellence, humility, and perseverance. And yet, at the heart of his story lies something incredibly simple, a handwritten promise. In many ways, that napkin represents everything that makes football beautiful. Not the money, not the fame, but the passion, the belief, and the moments that change everything. So the next time you watch Messi play, or see his highlights, remember this story. Remember that it all started with a risk, a decision made in a moment, a contract written on a napkin, and a belief in a boy who would go on to become the greatest of all time. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible football stories from around the world. See you in the next video.